Okay, grade 10s, let's play some more botany. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I just want to show you this. All right, so here's a little video that I found. Just see if I can play it. But I'm going to put the sound down because there's a lot of chit-chat in the background. The class is talking in the background, and the teacher is trying to look down a microscope slide to show what I've just been talking about. So now, we were looking at cross sections, but remember a root, like a tip of an onion root, I've mentioned that before, that is the tip of an onion root under very low magnification. It's been stained, but you can't really see everything. This is the pointer, so that I can move, so that I can point to certain parts of the root while, looking down the microscope side so that you know what I'm pointing to. All right, so there's the root cap. Somewhere here is the meristematic region. There's xylem and phloem in the middle. That's the vein. Think of a carrot. When you cut a carrot, got that middle region. That's the xylem and phloem running through the vein. And the epidermis would be on the edge, and parenchyma filling it up. So that is a transverse section of an onion root. Okay, let's just play again, and then he just explains it a bit more. And when you're taking a video down a microscope, you can see it's moving and there's shadows. It's really difficult to do this. Now, normally we do this in class. So we make sections, or I put prepared sections under the microscope, and then we have we try and take videos. So we will try, I'm hoping we can do that in term 3. Now, this is a cross section through the root. Remember, the xylem's in the middle in the form of a star, but I'm not really seeing that yet. It's very low magnification. So there's the vein in the middle of the root, and here's all the parenchyma. So you've got to imagine the star of xylem in the middle there, with the phloem in between the arms of the xylem. Okay, see how it's moving around. He's trying to hold the camera. At a higher magnification, you would actually see all of those cells, parenchyma, conchenyma. Now, this is another onion root, but it's a whole onion root. It's not even a section. And look at those little root hairs at the back here. So those are tiny microscopic root hairs, less than a millimeter, and they increase the surface area for water absorption, and they're part of the epidermal cells. So that's been stained with a different dye to show you the root hairs. Okay? All right, let's see what happens here now. There in the middle, there's the xylem and the phloem. Okay, now this is a transverse section through a stem. You should recognize it. There are the separate veins. Look there, sclerenchyma on the outside, there's xylem, and somewhere there is phloem. It's not very clear. This is low magnification. You can see the cortex of parenchyma on the outside. There's the epidermis somewhere on the edge, and here's the parenchyma pith. So this pointer is pointing to the parenchyma pith in the middle. You can even see some of the larger xylem vessel cells. Okay. And on the edge, maybe some parenchyma. Anyway, like on the edge over the parenchyma cell. Right, so it's really hard to hold the camera or the phone steady while you're looking down the microscope trying to take a picture. There's that monocot stem, which we don't learn about, but remember the veins are now all over the stem, more on the outside, and they look like little clown's faces, all the parenchyma in between. Okay, there's epidermis on the edge. All right. Just wait till he moves on. Okay, now this is a leaf epidermis. I can see it, but I know you can't yet, but he's going to magnify it. This is 40 times magnification. Then he moves to 100 times magnification, and it's been stained because remember, epidermis of a leaf is not colorful. It's not blue, definitely not green. Wow, look at that. These are the two guard cells. Wait, there's the stoma in the middle. Okay, look at that. There's a stoma. These little blue blobbies, they're actually trichomes sticking out towards me or towards you watching the video. And you can see these are normal epidermal cells in between. All right. So these are the guards there. Those are the guards. Wait, just go back a little bit and pause. There are the guard cells. There's the stoma in between. And I mean, every leaf would have a different arrangement of epidermal cells and shape of epidermal cells and how many guard cells there are and okay, how they're orientated. All right, so let's carry on.
Now, that's the cross-section through the whole leaf. Okay, so he's pointing to the upper epidermis. Try and steady, steady, steady. Feel like I'm a airplane pilot. Keep the wings steady. That looks like an airplane, doesn't it? Okay, so there at the top is the upper epidermis. There's the palisade cells, spongy, parenchyma, lower epidermis. There's the middle vein. There's the, okay, let's just try and figure this out. It's a bit hard to see. I think looks like quite a young leaf, so maybe that's xylem at the bottom and phloem. I'd really have to look at a higher magnification. And then he just shows, this is just showing some photosynthetic cells of a tiny young little baby plant of a fern, but we don't do that in our syllabus. Right, and that's my story. So that's what I would try and show you if I was looking down a microscope and showing you different plant tissues in the different plants.